Good day, this is Nova Jane Acosta of Access Computer College Manila Campus, and now we are going to present about our thesis entitled The New Safety Protocol for the Food Riders of Grab Food Delivery During the COVID-19 Pandemic. These days, it is easy for us to order food or something from online and deliver it from our home. Retail food delivery is a courier service which in a restaurant, store, or dependent food delivery company delivers food to the customer. An order is typically made by online using the smartphone or any Android devices which can connect at the internet. With food delivery service being available all day, afternoon tea and night meals also boom in the recent years among the restaurant based on the alpha. Food delivery application required less physical interaction, and users feel safe because they do not have to interact with the crowd. Willard stated that food delivery application required less physical interaction and users feel safer because they do not have to go or interact with the crowd's people. The person who delivers the food are known as the food riders and considered the frontliners because their service allows people to buy the essential from the internet stuff The person who delivers the orders are known as the food riders, which is now considered the frontliners because their service allows people to buy the essentials such like foods, grocery, medicine, and non-essentials like things like pizza, milk teas, and burgers, among others. The Grab food riders are the people we see every day, making their way from the restaurant to customers' doors through rain, shine, or traffic, delivers the food customers order. Grab Holding Incorporation, commonly as Grab, started as a taxi app based in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia in 2012, but eventually it expanded in 2013 into different service provider. And GrabFood is one of it. It is available in Metro Manila, Rizal, Cavite, Laguna, Pampanga, Cebu, and will expand quickly to other areas. GrabFood became one of the food delivery being used in the Philippines because of its convenience and easy to order through online or download applications. GrabFood provides food delivery service to the customer with their slogan, "Your favorite food delivered hot and fresh." The Philippine government implemented the national lockdown with the safety protocols to follow to fight the growing cases of COVID-19 every single time. Grab Holding also implemented some new safety protocols for its driver and delivery partner, which is the food delivery, to ensure the safety of everyone.
Mary Rose Dirial, for the conceptual framework, we aim to know the demographic profile of the respondents, the process in gathering data. We use the survey questionnaire lastly. After conducting the survey, we analyze the data gathered to have the output, which is the new safety protocols of food riders of the Grab food deliveries during the pandemic. Statement of the problem: the aim of the study is to identify the new safety protocols for the food riders of Grab food delivery during the pandemic COVID-19. Specifically, it attempts to answer the following questions. Number 1 question is, what is the profile of the food riders respondents in terms of age, gender, marital status, educational level, income level, vaccinated or not yet vaccinated? Respondent as a Grab food riders, use of employment in Grab food, average per booking. 3. The new safety protocols of the new riders implemented by the Grab food. Do respondents follow the safety protocols? Is following these new safety protocols is still necessary for vaccinated persons? Are these new safety protocols effective? Grab food support measure for food rider. Does Grab food give financial assistance to the food rider if tested positive by the COVID-19 virus? Scopes and limitations. This study limited to the food riders of Grab food delivery who are now following the new safety protocols during COVID-19 pandemic. The information is gathered using the checklist style questionnaire. The respondents of this study were 100 food delivery riders of Grab Food Delivery, which belongs to Grab Holding Incorporation. The details will be analyzed based on the result of the survey done by the researchers with the Grab Food riders as the respondents.
For the significance of study, this study is significant to the Access Computer College, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management students, professors, Grab Food riders, and the Grab Food customers, together with the future researchers. This study will help the following. Access Computer College Bachelor of Science Hospitality students. This study helped them to identify the importance of understanding and new safety protocols that adapting by the Grab Food riders. Next will be the teachers and professors. This study helps them to identify and to understand the effectiveness of the new safety protocols that is adapting by the Grab Food riders. And for the Grab Food riders, this study helps them to understand their situations, awareness of the challenges in the new normal responsibilities of the following new safety protocols. Next will be have a Grab Food customers. This study helped them to know the new safety protocols that they are adapting by these riders and to secure their safety too. Last, we have a future researchers. This study helped them to know the factors that may affect the hospitality industry, and it may serve their guidance for the information to have a more bigger study. Richard Navarro. For the local literature,
food delivery services have changed consumer behavior so much, especially urban consumer, that using them has become normal and routine, according to Anosha on 2017. Among the popular apps today, the Grab Food is subsidiary of Transport Network Vehicle Services Grab quickly took off in the Philippines, which has one of the largest population of social media users. Angeline and Melissa on 2019 interviewed some Grab Food riders. One of it is Jericho, who is earning between 15,000 to 20,000 a month from an average of 12 to 15 deliveries a day. He said, "I work more than 5 days a week, but I only rendered about 5 hours a day compared to an 8 hours office job." And Reven interviews Aries J.D. Gia, 20 years old, motorcycle delivery rider in Valenzuela, said he considered himself lucky this day to clear 500 a day, less than half of what he used to earn before the pandemic and before prevailing minimum wages for Metro Manila.
Grab Holding Incorporation, formerly known as My Taxi and Grab Taxi. It is a Singaporean-based transportation company that was originally founded in Malaysia and moved to its headquarters to Singapore. In 2012, Grab began the taxi-hailing application but has extended its product platform to include private car services, which is the Grab Car and GrabShare, the motorcycle taxis, which is the Grab Bike, the social carpooling, the Grab Hitch, the food delivery or Grab Food, the last mile delivery, which is the Grab Express, as well as the mobile payment services, which is the Grab Finance Service Asia. Grab company that provides online to offline services in the great numbers of cities across the Southeast Asia. With the presence of 500 cities and towns, Grab is present in 8 countries across the region such as Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, and Thailand.
Ronald Casabal, local study. There is no accurate number of how many are the registered food riders of the Grab Food in the Philippines, because it is an online application which anyone who are willing to be food rider can register in as long as meet the requirements needed. Grab Philippines official website continuously posting guidelines to its community to ensure everyone's safety and in the transmission of the COVID-19 virus with the slogan Overcoming COVID-19 Together Stay Updated, and about our efforts to keep you safe. The 4 guidelines. 1. Contactless delivery and takeaway with the Grab chat. Third, Grab also have revised policy for no-show customers. Lastly, Grab have assistance for the drivers and delivery partners which have existing Grab finance policies. To maintain the safety, Grab also posted some basic protocols for the driver and delivery partners, Grab food drivers, which are: always sanitize the vehicles or delivery bag. Use hand sanitizer after the direct contact of the money. Check body temperature two times a day. Wear a mask all the time. If the driver and delivery partner, Grab food driver, feel symptoms, don't force to work and advise to consult immediately to the doctor. When sneezing and coughing, always cover the mouth. Throw immediately. The use tissue in trash or garbage can lastly remind the consumer about the contactless delivery of Grab PH 2020.
According to Market Report and Forecast 2021 to 2026, that the global online food delivery market is driven by the convenience of ordering food by this application, which offers an easy comparison between the menus of several restaurants. Also, these companies deliver food at the desired location at any time, which impacting the business positively. The global online food delivery industry is also driven by the hectic lifestyle and rapid urbanization, leading the customer to increasingly choose the service. Anthony Tan, the founder of Grab, says that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused immense financial anxiety among our drivers, delivery and merchant partners community. Our top priority is ensure the safety and well-being of everyone on our platform, and we are grateful for our partners who continue to provide essential services during these trying times. We want to do our part to support our partners. Thus, we have expanded our partner relief initiative to aid partners most directly impacted by this crisis.
Good day, Christine Riba for Research Methodology. For research design, this study used descriptive explanatory method as purpose of the research. This is designed as descriptive because of the attempts to explore and explain, while providing additional information about the topic. This research tries to describe what is happening, understanding. Moreover, this is also designed as explanatory. This is an attempt to connect ideas to understand phenomena as it looks at how things together and interact, as well as how things did not occur until there's enough understanding to begin to predict what will come next with some accuracy. The study would be presented of numerical form based on the quantitative method. These respondents are chosen with the use convenience sampling. Convenience sampling is a method where research collects market research data from a convenience available pool responsible. This is most commonly used sampling techniques as incredibly uncomplicated and economical in many cases. Members are readily approachable to be part of the sample. Respondents of the study. The respondents of the study are the food riders that are following the new safety protocols of grab food deliveries during the COVID-19 pandemic. For sampling techniques, convenient sample is a type of non-probability sampling method where the sample is a taken group of people, easy to contact, to reach. This type of sampling is also known as a grab food sampling availability sampling. There are no other criteria of the sampling method except the people be available and willing to participate. For the research instrument and techniques, the research conducted survey to obtain needed data. The group developed self-made survey questionnaire and determined to demographic profile of the respondents. The respondents of grab food riders. The respondents in the following the safety protocols, and lastly, the awareness of the respondents. In grab food support measure to answer the questionnaire that research what to know from the respondents' research. Research methodology. The data for this research were collected from the respondents using a survey questionnaire. The survey was created using suitable questions that are modified from individual questions from the researchers. After the thesis advisor validated the questionnaires, it was distributed using a printed copy to the respondents who are currently employing the grab food as a grab food riders. The researchers will ask permission to the respondents to answer the checklist type survey questionnaire. Depends on the convenience of the respondents. The researchers will give a copy of their questionnaires of respondents. Data are collected by the researchers to receiving the survey questionnaire answered by the respondents. Grab food rider characteristic, variables of gender, age, martial status, education, income level developed by the researchers. Part 2. Grab food riders safely during the pandemic consists of 3 contract protocols: awareness, protocols of the vaccinated person. Lastly, effectiveness of the protocols. The questionnaires of the study consisted of described the characteristics of the grab food riders: age, gender, martial status, education level, income level, frequency, distribution, and variability were utilized to answer research question. 1. Describing all variables.
For statistical treatment of data. The data was gathered and analyzed by using the descriptive statistic. Frequency tables were drawn, and from this, the data were presented in tables. This formula was used in presenting the profile of the respondents as their response from the following safety protocols. P for the frequency of distribution, F for the frequency of an item or response, N is the total number of the respondents.
This is Nelvin Gapol-Lerasan for Chapter 4, Presentation, Analysis, and Interpretation of Data. This chapter oversees the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data gathered by the researchers. This study aims to determine the new safety protocols of the grab riders of grab food delivery during the COVID-19 pandemic. A research of hospitality management students of Access Computer College Manila campus. Present data are studied and documents are examined to answer the questions communicated in the statement of the problem. The analytical procedures are arranged according to the sequence of the specific questions. The demographic profile. Respondents as to age, this table 1.1. Based from the table 1, the highest percentage of the respondents came from 26 to 30 age group with 34% respondents, followed by 18 to 25 age group with 22% of respondents. The 20 respondents from 36 to 50 age group, and the 18 respondents are from 31 to 35 age group. That was 18%. And lastly, only 6 respondents from 41 to 50 age group. This only proves that most of the Grab riders came from working age group, which according to the Angel 2019, having a multi-general workforce can be great strength for the company. Respondents as to gender, table 1.2. Table 1.2 shows that all the respondents were male 100% because the researchers were not able to find female respondents during the conduct of the survey. This can be attributed to the social stigma that riders' jobs are only for men and they are the provider for their family. The study suggests the nature of work being such that riders have to be on the road at odd hours, furling duration with lack of support from the platform in times of distress, and restricts entry of women but with enough support by the company. Some women apply for delivery riders. This is Anya, Borat, Nishta, Ursula, and Verthakul. Respondents as to marital status, table 1.3. As presented in table 1.3, single Grab riders with 46% of hires. This is the highest respondents compared to the 38 respondents who are married and the 8 respondents who are separated. There is no respondents that are widowed or annulled. Surprisingly, there are more single food riders than married, although it cannot be inferred that they choose this job because of their responsibilities as the provider of their family. According to Selena, 2017 stated that the family and marital status can be provided useful insight on the dynamics that these variables can place in an employee's work behavior. Respondents as to educational level. This is table 1.4. It shows the educational level of the respondents, and majority of them were high school level. That was 46%, and the high school graduate is 38%. Only 8% respondents reached college level, and none of them graduated from the college nor a student. It is a good thing that Grab riders, even they are in high school level as per the qualification of their food riders of Grab. That was 2020. Educational attainment is not included, which means anyone who have the rider, even a high school or below, can apply and be a Grab delivery partner as long as meeting the mandatory requirements. This is the professional driver license. They must be 18 to 55 years old. OR and CR supporting documents, motorcycle year model 2010 and above, drug test, NBI, vaccination card, and that's it. Respondents as to monthly income, table 1.5. Based from the table 1.5, monthly income is almost half of the respondents, that is 52%, ranges from 10,000 to 15,000 pesos per month, while 37 respondents income range from 16 to 20,000 per month. 11 respondents income ranges from 21 to 25,000 per month, and no respondents had an income of 26,000 and above. However, the researchers no information to whether this income came from their job as a food rider, as they have other sources of income. This only shows that monthly income of Grab riders is within the monthly income of Filipinos stated by the Indeed.com 2021. The average base salary of the delivery rider is 14,174 pesos per month in the Philippines. Respondents of, this is the vaccinated percent of Grab riders respondents. Data on vaccinated Grab food riders are shown in the table 1.6. Majority of the respondents, 85%, were already vaccinated, while the rest of 15% were waiting for the vaccination schedule. As Grab 2021 promotes the importance of vaccination card, encourage the rider to get vaccinated as a will further protect the safety of the platform and community. This is number 2. The respondents as Grab food riders. Respondents on average booking per day. In Table 2.1 presents the average number of bookings per day, with almost half, this is 52%, stating of the 0 to 10 bookings per day, while 37 stated that they have 11 to 20 respondents or the bookings, while 11 respondents stated that they have 21 to 30 bookings. No respondent claimed that they received 31 bookings and above. This can be attributed to the rise on the number of food Grab riders, especially during the pandemic, that many people lost their job. Those Franco 2019 stated that the app-based said Grab Food is averaging 80,000 orders per day, the volume that at least 3% each week, and the industry is still hyper growth phase. Okay. This is table 2.2, respondents on years employment and Grab Food. The table shows that the years of employment of the respondents in the Grab Food, with almost 35% of the respondents are employed to 0 to 1 year. The 42% of the respondents are in their 2 years, while 13% are in their 3 years, and the remaining 10% are in their 4 years of employment as a Grab riders. The result can be concluded the mostly of the respondents are in their 2 years of being a Grab Food riders without further information. If it is because of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in the Philippines, this is table 3.1, following the protocols. Responses of following safety protocols. Table 2 shows the response of the Grab Food riders where they were asked when the following food protocols. All of them 100% stated that they must follow the safety protocols. This can be attributed to the policy of the Grab Food riders on following safety protocols to promote public health and ensure the risk of exposure to COVID-19 virus is minimized if not avoided. Okay, the bullet 1, always sanitize the vehicle or delivery bag. Use hand sanitizers after direct contact to the money. Bullet number 2, check body temperature at least 2 times a day. Bullet number 3, wear a mask at all time. Bullet number 4, if the driver and delivery partner, Grab Food driver, feel any symptoms, don't force to work and advise to consult immediately to the doctors. Bullet number 5, when sneezing and coughing, always cover the mouth. Bullet number 6, throw immediately the used tissue in the trash or the garbage can. And lastly, the last bullet is bullet number 7, lastly, remind of the customers about the contactless delivery Grab PH 2020. The table 3.2, response to the following safety protocols still necessary for the vaccinated person, as presented in table 3. When the respondents were asked if the following safety protocols is still necessary for vaccinated person, majority of the respondents, that was 88%, answered yes, while 12% answered no. None of them answered sometimes or not at all. This only proves that for safety purposes, these food riders were aware of the government's warning to still follow the safety protocols even though most of them are vaccinated. Okay, the table 3.3, this is the response of the effectiveness of the safety protocols avoiding getting the virus. Okay, in the table 4, all the respondents 100% claim that the following safety protocols will help them avoid getting the virus. This can be attributed to the awareness of the Grab Food riders, the importance of following the safety protocols. Grab continuously updating the guidelines and safety protocols for the driver and delivery partner. Okay, this is the the table 5.1, or the Grab Food support measure for its rider. Okay, response to the Grab Food financial assistance in case of COVID-19. Table 5 presents the response of the Grab Food riders as to financially assistance the Grab Food riders of COVID-19 infection. Almost half of them answered yes, that was 53%. 30% respondents answered no, 12% answered sometimes, and 5% answered not at all. Most riders are aware of the Grab Food policy in case of COVID-19 infection. That Grab PH 2020 is providing financial assistance in case of quarantine or hospitalization for those who are infected, and compensation and income protection insurance or delivery partner medically affected by COVID-19 with terms and condition. The driver must inform first the Grab call center before going to the hospital and submit medical certification or receipt in Grab Food Center.
Julius Cunana, the study of the new safety protocols of food riders of Grab Food during the COVID-19 pandemic found that the demographic profile of the food rider respondent showed that the most of respondents are made in in their 26 to 30 years of age, with the mostly of the respondents are single, which is 46%. The graph didn't include education payment in its requirements for the aspiring food rider, but some of the registered food riders are school high school level with 46%. In terms of vaccination, mostly of the respondents are vaccinated, 85%. The status of the respondent as a grab food riders show that mostly of the 52% of respondent average booking per day for day range from 0 to 10 booking order, and as respondent are registered food riders for 2 years in the grab food. The average monthly income of the respondent 52% range from the 10,000 to 15,000, while 37% respondent income range to 16,000 to 20,000, and the rest 11% respondent income range 21,000 to 25,000. Regarding in the following, the safety protocols, 100% respondent following, 88% believe that still necessary to follow the safety protocols even vaccinated. All the respondent 100% claim that the following safety protocols will help avoid getting the virus. Lastly, the respondent are divided in awareness about the Grab food support measure, which is Grab gives financial assistance to each registered driver and deliver partner with the terms of condition. Almost half of them, 53% answered yes, and 30 respondents, 30% answered. Number 12 respondents answered sometimes, while 5 respondents answered not at all. Recommendation from the findings and conclusion, the study in accordance with the perceived weight from the researcher, the following recommendations are offered. Researchers recommend to the Grab Holding Incorporation should include the driver and delivery partner as employee and give the basic benefits of being an employee. Researchers recommend that the Grab Holding Incorporation should provide the best support to each driver and delivery partner. Researchers recommend that the Grab Holding Incorporation should aware its driver and delivery partners about the Grab support measures due to the some of respondents are not aware of it. Researchers recommend that the local government should make a great platform from the delivery riders to give back what riders' contribution to the economy. Researchers recommend to the respondents that are currently working as a food rider of Grab food should always maintain and follow the safety protocols with or without pandemic.